And I'm Alicen. Come vibe with us. Okay, so today we're going to run one of the deep cycle HEALY programs on Tenille. So we're just going to step you through how to run any of your programs on your HEALY. So what you need to do first is turn on your HEALY, very important, to make sure you turn it on before you open the app. So it is on when the green light is flashing, okay? If it does a big burst and then goes off, your HEALY's flat and you need to recharge it. Then you want to open up your HEALY app and choose whichever program you want to run. So what have you chosen for today?
I'm going to run the deep cycle.
Excellent. So we'll open that, and which one are you going to start with?
The first application.
Why's that?
Well, we just ran a resonance scan on me, and it's set to run the second application and the first in that order, but from my knowledge I have read that we run the first application and let the body tolerate that, and then you would run the second application, let the body tolerate that, and then go through the systems from there, and that's within the deep cycle programs.
Excellent. So I love that even though we've done a resonance and it had the order jumbled up, it's totally up to you, right, to choose where you want to start with anything.
It is, yeah.
So
I think the biggest thing that I've found with choosing programs as well is using your intuition, like I've talked about before, and whatever lines up with you, whatever feels good, run it that way, and that's the best.
Absolutely. And I had a friend get her HEALY earlier this week, and she said, oh, where should I start? And I said, oh, just have a scroll, babe, and choose what one jumps out at you. And then a couple of days later, she messaged me. She says, oh, I've got this specific condition. What do you think? And I said, oh, well, I will find out some more information on that for you. And I went delving down and found some more info. And I said, oh, these programs are really great to run for that. And she said, oh, I've already been running them. And some of them were the deep cycle ones.
Nice.
So she had been working her way through the deep cycle already, and it was them that came up as really important.
Intuitive for her.
Yeah, so trusting in your intuition and just what jumps out at you, there's really no right or wrong. So we're going to start with that deep cycle one. So this application is one that requires the wrist straps, so we've got them on. And it's really important that you wet your wrist straps before you put them on your wrists. So we've just got a little jar of water, and we've put on the inside of the bands, we put the little felt pads because we just feel they help with connection.
They do. It will tell you what you need to use, whether it's the wrist straps or the ear clips or the
Sticky pads.
So you will know what to do when you're in the app.
Absolutely. And it's really, when you think about it, it makes total sense, right? So the sticky pads are mainly used for pain, and it's a really localized type application. And the ear ones, I've heard most of those are for emotional, but the emotional running programs.
Anything to do with the head and the thought process and the brain.
Yeah, but again, I have heard from some people that they use their intuition and they like to sometimes mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
So, all right, so let's go start. What happens now is your HEALY app is transferring the program to your HEALY. So once it does this and you start your program, you can shut the app down and move away from your phone, and then you're no longer being exposed to any Bluetooth. It turns it off. So really, this is the only time when you've got that Bluetooth running, and it's quite quick, as you see, and once it's loaded on there, you can shut it down.
So from the app, it's putting it into the device, and once it's in the device, that's all you need. You close the app down.
Yep. And it is really important when using the HEALY app, as you go in and out of it, that you actually close it down properly. So whether on your device that's a double click or a swipe away, you actually need to close it down. Otherwise, when you reopen it, it does have a little bit of trouble reconnecting. But if you close it down properly, and say you get halfway through and you want to check how it's going, it'll open straight back up and show you where you are. So that's really cool. So this has now started to run. You will see the little red dot move its way around the circle. You need to make sure that the little trail behind that is white. If it's black, you've not got a good connection, so you might need to put a little bit of water under your straps or maybe tighten them a little bit, but you've got really good connection there. Yep.
So you can increase the percentage that is coming through to your body If you want a stronger frequency put into your body, you can turn it up. So it comes on at 15%, and you can increase it or decrease it. I usually put it up around 45, and I can, now that it's at 45, I can feel it. Not all of the frequencies you can feel.
It's kind of an addictive tingle.
It is. It's a tingle that you can feel within the area. Or you can turn it down. Some of them have a really strong tingle. Some you will not feel at all, and that's completely normal. As long as you've got the white circle happening, then you've got a connection and it is working.
Yeah. So a couple of things about that to notice. The percentage, that will differ from day to day. So you might run this particular program today at 45, and tomorrow you might run it at 70, or you might run it at 15. It just really depends on where you're at for the day. And the way in which you want to adjust this is you want to bring it up to a point where you can feel it, or you can feel that little tingle in your fingertips, but not so that it's uncomfortable. So if it feels uncomfortable, wind it back a little bit. Okay. And the other thing you'll notice too is up here where the frequency is. On some programs that I've noticed, that changes because we're running a program, not just a specific frequency. That frequency there changes, and it's just changed every 10 seconds. So every 10 seconds it's flipping to a different frequency. So sometimes you'll feel it really intensely, and then other times you won't feel it at all. And another thing I was reading was this program, even though it's this program, if we ran this program tomorrow, the Healy would instinctively run the program differently for you. So it's also working on your feedback and what frequencies suit you, and it will alter them. Another thing I've noticed when working with people is if they've sort of reached their limit for the day, I've seen the program stop early.
Okay.
And go,
Interesting.
you're done.
Yeah.
For the day. So that's like, to me that was really amazing to see, because I was running it on someone who was very overwhelmed, like to the point where they're like, okay, now I'm feeling really tired, I think I've had enough.
Max capacity.
Yeah, and the program still said it had 7 minutes to run, and I looked at it and went, oh, there's only 7 minutes to go, and they're like, oh, that's okay, and then it stopped.
Wow, that's cool.
So yeah,
it's very intuitive.
Yeah. So now that you've got it running, if you can move around the house, do whatever you want to do. And you can shut that app down, and once you shut the app down, you'll see your Bluetooth light will go off and just your power light will stay on. So if you want to do that, so you actually need to swipe it away and close it fully, not just go out of it and into something else. And that way you can still use your phone as per normal, or your device as per normal, but you'll see now that the Bluetooth light's no longer flashing. So there you go.
Very good.
And I like to, if I want to run a few programs, I like to set a timer so that for a few minutes before it finishes, so I can just go back in and choose another program straight away and have another one.
Nice.
And the other thing I like to do if I'm out and about is I'll actually run the cords down my sleeves.
Yes, I've been doing that
Yep,
too.
so I can, like, I was out in the garden yesterday.
So it's in underneath everything and you're not tangled up.
Yeah, yep. And I thought, oh, I was doing a bit of gardening and maybe sending some good vibes to the plants too. So there you go, that's how to run a program on your Healy. We hope you enjoyed that, and stay tuned for more.
See you next time.